The calm of the night shift at Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station was shattered by a series of urgent beeps. Tom Wilson, the lead operator, nearly spilled his coffee as his screens lit up with unusual patterns. The energy signatures were unlike anything he had seen in his 15 years of service. "This can't be right," he muttered, his fingers flying across the holographic keyboard. The readings were coming from just beyond Pluto's orbit, and they weren't natural. The patterns were too regular, too precise. Within minutes, Captain James Miller of the Global Defense Force arrived at the station. His weathered face showed no emotion, but his eyes revealed a hint of anticipation. He had been waiting for this moment his entire career. "Show me everything," he ordered, his voice steady and calm. As Tom displayed the data, more alerts began popping up from monitoring stations around the globe. Whatever they had found, it wasn't isolated. The next 24 hours became a blur of activity. Teams of scientists and military personnel flooded the facility. Using Earth's network of quantum sensors, they began piecing together a disturbing picture. Hidden in the depths of space, using advanced stealth technology, were dozens of alien observation posts. "They've been watching us," Miller announced to the emergency meeting of the United Earth Council. The chamber fell silent as he projected a three-dimensional map showing the positions of the alien monitoring stations. Not for years, not for decades, but for centuries. The council members exchanged worried glances, but Miller wasn't finished. His team had discovered something even more significant. These probes aren't just observing us. They're testing us. Each one is equipped with technology that could have easily been detected by 21st century equipment. They wanted to see if we would find them. Dr. Laura Peters, the head of Earth's Science Division, stood up next. Her analysis had revealed something remarkable about the alien technology. The probes are powerful, yes, but they're deliberately obvious. It's like someone walking loudly to see if you notice their footsteps. The implications were clear. Either the aliens were incredibly careless, which seemed unlikely for a spacefaring civilization, or this was a test. Earth had just passed it by detecting their presence. As the council debated their next steps, Miller's team made another breakthrough. Hidden within the normal background radiation of space, they found traces of destroyed probes. Earth's automated defense systems, hidden from public knowledge, had been silently protecting the planet all along. "We've been shooting down their scouts for years," Miller explained, showing footage from a classified satellite. The video displayed a sleek alien craft being neutralized by an invisible force field at the edge of Earth's atmosphere. "Our automated systems have been so efficient that even we didn't realize the full extent of our defensive capabilities." The council chamber erupted in murmurs of surprise and concern. Humanity had built these defenses gradually, almost instinctively, without fully understanding why. Now they knew. "Ladies and gentlemen," Miller addressed the council, his voice carrying across the silent chamber. "We're not helpless observers in this galaxy. We're not some primitive species waiting to be conquered or uplifted. We've been preparing for this moment our entire history." The evidence was undeniable. Every major technological breakthrough in human history had somehow contributed to Earth's defensive capabilities. From the development of radar to quantum computing, humanity had been unconsciously building a fortress world. As the day drew to a close, Miller stood at the observation deck of the station, watching the sunset. Earth's cities glittered below, their inhabitants unaware of the momentous discovery. He thought about how humans had always looked to the stars with a mixture of hope and caution. That instinct had served them well. The aliens had been watching, testing, and waiting. But so had humanity. And now, as the first official contact loomed on the horizon, Earth was ready. Not just ready to defend itself, but ready to show the galaxy that humanity was far more than anyone had expected. The game of hide and seek was over. Now it was time for humanity to reveal its true face to the stars. Dr. Anna Thompson wiped sweat from her forehead as she carefully brushed dust from the ancient stone tablet. The underground chamber in Egypt had been sealed for thousands of years, But what made this discovery special wasn't the age of the artifacts. It was their impossible nature. "This doesn't make sense," she whispered, tracing the strange symbols with her gloved finger. The markings weren't hieroglyphics, yet they appeared on walls that were over 5,000 years old. Even more surprising, the same symbols had been found in newly uncovered sites in Peru, Ireland, and Japan. Her tablet computer chimed with an urgent message. Similar discoveries were being reported from archaeological sites around the world. Something had triggered dormant markers in ancient ruins, causing them to reveal hidden chambers that had been invisible to all previous scans. In the cold mountains of Tibet, her colleague Bill Parker had found something even more startling. "Anna, you need to see this," his voice crackled through the video call. The camera panned to show a massive metal door embedded in solid rock. Carbon dating shows the rock formation is millions of years old, but the door is made of an alloy we've never seen before. Within hours, the United Earth Council had authorized the use of special equipment to open these mysterious vaults. What they found inside changed everything they thought they knew about human history. "They're not just records," Anna explained to the emergency council meeting. "They're warnings." She displayed holographic images of the translated texts. "Earth has been invaded before, many times. But each time, the aliens disappeared without a trace." The council chamber stayed silent as she continued. Ancient civilizations had left detailed accounts of battles with beings from the stars. But these weren't stories of defeat. They were victory records. Humanity had won each time, though the cost had been high. "The most interesting part," Anna said, pulling up another hologram, "is this." The image showed complex DNA structures. "These records show that humans were enhanced. Something in our genetic code was specifically designed to resist alien influence and technology." Military archives, now unlocked with the new information from the ancient sites, revealed even more shocking truths. Through the centuries, Earth's militaries had encountered and defeated numerous alien scouting parties. The incidents had been hidden, classified, and eventually forgotten. But the defensive responses had been passed down, becoming part of humanity's collective military knowledge. "Look at this." Bill pointed to a series of military training manuals from different centuries and cultures. "The basic combat formations we use today. They're perfectly suited for fighting against advanced alien weapons. We've been preparing for this fight without even knowing it." In an old bunker beneath the Pentagon, they found recordings of past encounters. Grainy footage showed American fighters in World War I shooting down what they thought were experimental German aircraft. But the craft moved in ways no human vehicle could. Similar incidents appeared in Soviet records, Chinese archives, and even ancient Japanese scrolls. "Every major military advancement in human history," Anna explained, "came after contact with alien forces. The bow and arrow, gunpowder, radar, they weren't just inventions. They were responses to threats we faced but forgot about." As day turned to night, Anna sat in her makeshift office surrounded by artifacts and data screens. The truth was both terrifying and inspiring. Humanity hadn't just survived multiple alien encounters, they had thrived because of them. Each invasion attempt had made them stronger, more resilient. "We're not just another primitive species," she told the council in her final report. "We're the survivors, the winners. Every time they came, we beat them. And each time, we got better at it." The council members looked at each other with new understanding. Their military preparations, their technological advances, their very DNA. Everything had been shaped by this ancient conflict. And now, as new aliens watched from the edges of their solar system, humanity was more ready than ever. They weren't just fighting for survival anymore. They were fighting to show the galaxy why Earth had earned its reputation as the planet no alien force had ever successfully conquered. The message came at exactly midnight GMT. Every screen on Earth, from smartphones to billboards, flickered for a moment before displaying the same image. A symbol, looking like a spiral of stars, spun slowly in the center of each display. In the Global Defense Force headquarters, Commander Robert Wells watched as his team of experts worked to understand the alien transmission. The message that followed the symbol was clear and direct, broadcast in perfect English and every other human language simultaneously. "People of Earth," the message began, its tone seemingly peaceful but carrying an underlying threat. "We are the collective, maintainers of galactic harmony. Your world has reached a crucial development stage. Join us, submit to our guidance, and enjoy the benefits of our civilization. Refuse, and face the consequences of isolation." Wells leaned back in his chair, a small smile playing on his lips. The aliens thought they were being subtle with their threat, but humanity had seen this before. The ancient archives had warned of this exact approach, the offer of friendship backed by the threat of force. "Sir," called out Mary White, his communications expert, "they're waiting for our response. Their ships are holding position just beyond Mars' orbit." She paused, checking her readings. "And sir, they're not even trying to hide anymore. 27 vessels, all heavily armed." Wells nodded and pressed a button on his desk. Within minutes, the United Earth Council had assembled via secure holographic link. Representatives from every nation appeared around the large circular table, their expressions serious but not afraid. "They think they're dealing with children," Wells explained, displaying the message analysis. "This is a standard colonization approach. They show overwhelming force, make demands disguised as offers, and expect immediate submission." The council members shared knowing looks. Humanity had prepared for this moment for generations, even if they hadn't known it. Their response would change everything. "Let's show them what Earth is really capable of," Wells suggested, outlining his plan. The council's approval was unanimous. Over the next hour, Earth's hidden capabilities stirred to life. Quantum detection grids, disguised as regular satellites, mapped every detail of the alien fleet. Deep space sensors recorded their communication patterns, shield frequencies, and weapon signatures. Wells stood at the main command center, watching as Earth prepared its response. Massive hidden facilities beneath every major city powered up, their energy signatures carefully contained. The Sentinel Defense Network, humanity's greatest secret, waited silently for activation. "Begin transmission," he ordered. Earth's response started with a simple demonstration. A small asteroid near Mars, one the alien fleet had been using to hide some of their ships, simply disappeared. Not destroyed, not moved, just gone, shifted into another dimension using technology the aliens thought impossible for humans to possess. The message that followed was equally clear. High-definition holographic projections appeared inside every alien ship, bypassing their shields as if they didn't exist. Commander Wells' image stood tall, his expression calm but firm. "To the collective," he began, speaking in their own language. "We appreciate your offer to join your galactic harmony. However, we feel we should be clear about Earth's position." He paused, letting his next words carry their full weight. "We know about the failed invasions, all of them. We know about the scout ships we've destroyed, the probes we've disabled, and the observation posts we've allowed to watch us." The alien ship's energy signatures showed clear signs of surprise and agitation. Wells continued, "Earth is not a primitive world waiting for guidance. We are not potential subjects to be conquered or controlled. We are humanity, and we have been ready for this moment for longer than you can imagine." To prove his point, dozens of hidden defense platforms emerged from dimensional pockets around Earth. Each one carried weapons that made the alien fleet's armament look primitive in comparison. "Consider this our final warning," Wells concluded. "Earth is ready. Earth is waiting. And Earth is not interested in submission. We are, however, open to peaceful dialogue between equals. The choice, as they say, is yours." The silence that followed was broken only by the low hum of Earth's defense systems, all standing ready to protect humanity's independence. The galaxy was about to learn why Earth had never been successfully conquered. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, Massive steel doors opened for the first time in decades. The hidden facility, known only as Production Site Alpha, hummed to life. Similar facilities around the world, under the Sahara, the Australian outback, and the Siberian tundra, awakened from their long sleep. John Cooper, head of Earth's Advanced Manufacturing Division, watched as ancient assembly lines started moving. These weren't the simple robots used in regular factories. These machines built weapons that humanity had kept hidden for generations. How long until we reach full production? He asked his assistant, Mike Ross, who was checking the facility's systems. 3 hours, Mike replied, his eyes fixed on the glowing displays. All sites report green status. The old systems still work perfectly. He paused, looking at another screen. Sir, you should see this. The quantum cores are running at 200% of expected capacity. In another part of the facility, Dr. Anna Thompson had made an even more startling discovery. Her team had been studying human DNA samples from different time periods, trying to understand the changes mentioned in the ancient archives. Look at this pattern, she said, pointing to a complex DNA structure floating in the holographic display. It's not random. Our DNA was engineered to resist alien influence, yes, but it's more than that. We were designed to be warriors. The genetic markers showed enhanced reaction times, better radiation resistance, and neural pathways perfect for controlling advanced technology. Humanity wasn't just evolved. They were created to be the perfect defenders of Earth. Above ground, the Sentinel Defense Network continued its silent activation. Hidden platforms emerged from the ocean depths, rose from mountain peaks, and appeared in orbit. Each one carried weapons that mixed ancient knowledge with modern technology. Commander Wells stood in the Global Defense Force Command Center, watching as Earth's true military might revealed itself. Status report, he ordered. Planetary shield grid at 80% power and rising, reported Lieutenant David Brown. Quantum detection array fully operational. Anti-orbital batteries online in all sectors. He looked up from his station. Sir, we're picking up some unusual readings from the production sites. The underground factories weren't just building weapons, they were improving them. The AI systems, dormant for so long, had continued to design and evolve their technology. What emerged from the production lines was far beyond what even Earth's military had expected. These aren't just defensive weapons, Cooper explained to the United Earth Council during an emergency briefing. Every system we've activated has shown signs of independent improvement. The machines haven't been sleeping. They've been thinking, planning, preparing. In orbit, the first wave of new satellites took position. Unlike the clumsy decoys humanity had used for decades, these were Earth's real space defense systems. They carried weapons that could tear holes in space itself, shields that could withstand the power of a small sun, and sensor systems that could detect a single atom moving at light speed. Dr. Thompson's team made another breakthrough as the day progressed. The markers in our DNA, she announced, they're becoming more active. It's like they know we're preparing for conflict. Every human on Earth is getting slightly stronger, faster, more alert. The aliens, still waiting beyond Mars, must have detected some of the activity. Their ships moved closer, probably trying to get a better look at what Earth was doing. They had no idea they were watching only what humanity wanted them to see. Let them watch, Wells said, smiling as he reviewed the latest defense readiness reports. Everything they can detect is just the surface. Our real strength is still hidden. As night fell over the command center, Earth continued its transformation from a seemingly ordinary planet into the fortress world it had always been meant to be. The machines built, the defenses grew stronger, and humanity itself seemed to awaken to its true purpose. They weren't just preparing for a fight. They were preparing to show the galaxy why Earth had been chosen as the guardians of this sector of space. The sleeping giant wasn't just awake, it was ready for action. Operation Bright Shield began at dawn. Commander Wells stood at his command post, watching as Earth prepared to show its true power to the watching alien fleet. The time for hiding was over. All stations, report ready status, he ordered through the global command network. North American Defense Grid, ready. European Command, standing by. Asian Pacific Command, all systems go. African Continental Defense, ready and waiting. Southern Hemisphere Grid, fully powered. Wells took a deep breath. Begin Operation Break Shield. Phase 1. The first demonstration was simple but effective. Every single alien stealth probe around Earth, even the ones they thought were perfectly hidden, suddenly appeared on the main display screen, highlighted by Earth's quantum detection grid. Send them the message, Wells commanded. In their ships, the alien observers watched as their secret surveillance network was exposed in seconds, but Earth wasn't finished. With precise, controlled bursts of energy, each probe was disabled, not destroyed, just turned off. The message was clear. We can see everything you try to hide. Phase 2 began immediately. The massive underground factories activated their quantum phase technology. Huge sections of Earth's military infrastructure, which had been hidden in pocket dimensions, began to appear. Advanced weapon platforms, space stations, and defensive arrays materialized around the planet. Sir, Lieutenant Brown reported, the aliens are powering up their weapons. Let them, Wells replied calmly. Activate the planetary shield. A shimmer passed across the sky as Earth's most advanced defense system came online. The shield wasn't just a barrier, it was a living, adapting energy field that could think and react. Ancient technology, refined over centuries of secret development, now protected the entire planet. In the research center, Dr. Thompson monitored the global readings. It's working better than we expected, she reported. The shield is actually getting stronger as it adapts to space. And she paused, checking her instruments. Our people are responding too. The warrior genes are fully active now. The alien fleet launched a small probe toward Earth, probably testing the defenses. The probe never got close. Earth's automated defense grid captured it in a quantum stasis field, completely freezing it in time and space. Phase 3. Wells ordered. Show them our reach. This was the most impressive demonstration yet. Earth's defense platforms activated their long-range capabilities. Quantum sensors mapped every detail of the alien fleet, right down to the smallest circuit. Then, using technology that the aliens had thought impossible for humans to possess, Earth's systems began to interface with their ships. Holographic displays appeared on every alien vessel, showing detailed scans of their own technology. Earth wasn't just defending. It was analyzing, understanding, and even improving upon alien designs in real time. Send the final message, Wells commanded. The voice of humanity spoke as one, broadcasting in all known alien languages. To all observing forces, this demonstration represents a fraction of Earth's defensive capabilities. We have maintained this facade of technological inferiority for centuries, allowing you to watch us, test us, and underestimate us. That ends today. The message continued as Earth's defense systems performed increasingly impressive feats. They redirected solar wind, controlled local gravitational fields, and even opened small, controlled dimensional gates. We are not a primitive species seeking protection. We are not a potential conquest waiting to happen. We are humanity, the designated guardians of this sector of space, chosen by those who came before. We have defeated every attempt to conquer this world, and we have grown stronger with each victory. The alien ships began to back away, finally understanding what they were facing. Earth wasn't just defended. It was a fortress world, home to a species that had been secretly preparing for this moment for their entire history. Remember what you have seen here, the message concluded. Earth stands ready. Earth stands strong. And Earth stands independent. As the demonstration ended, Wells looked at the data streaming in from Earth's sensors. The alien fleet had received their message loud and clear. Humanity had finally revealed its true face to the galaxy, And it was not the face of a victim or a subject. It was the face of a power to be reckoned with. 3 days after Earth's demonstration of power, the alien fleet returned. This time, instead of warships, they sent diplomatic vessels. Their massive silver ships approached Earth carefully, broadcasting peace signals on all frequencies. Ambassador Mark Anderson watched from the newly revealed Space Defense Station Alpha as the alien ships approached. Unlike their previous aggressive stance, the aliens now moved with obvious caution and respect. "They're requesting permission to dock," reported Lisa Green, the station's communications officer. "They're calling themselves the High Council of the Galactic Collective now, not just the Collective." Quite a change in tone. Anderson smiled. "Grant them permission. Guide them to the diplomatic dock." The meeting room chosen for this historic moment was impressive but not threatening. Earth could have hosted them in their advanced military command center, surrounded by weapons and technology. Instead, they chose a simple, elegant space station conference room, with a view of Earth below. The alien representatives entered, tall beings with silvery skin and flowing robes. Their leader, who introduced himself as the High Speaker, looked around the room with 4 bright eyes, clearly searching for hidden weapons or traps. "Welcome to Earth space," Anderson said calmly. "We appreciate you accepting our invitation for peaceful dialogue." The High Speaker nodded slowly. "We may have misjudged your species," it admitted, speaking through an advanced translator. "Our initial assessment was clearly flawed." Anderson gestured to the conference table, where holographic displays showed detailed scans of the aliens' technology. "We know about your empire's expansion plans. We know about the worlds you've conquered. And most importantly," he paused, letting his words sink in, "we know about your weaknesses." The aliens shifted uncomfortably as the displays showed their ships' vulnerable points, their defense systems' blind spots, and even their species' biological limitations. Earth wasn't threatening them, just making it clear that they knew everything. "How?" the High Speaker asked. "How did you hide such advancement from our observers?" Dr. Thompson, who had joined the diplomatic team, stepped forward. "Your observers saw what we wanted them to see. While you watched our television shows and monitored our internet, our real technology was hidden in pocket dimensions. While you studied our military exercises, our true defense forces were sleeping, waiting for this moment." To demonstrate her point, she activated a small device on her wrist. A miniature dimensional portal opened in the center of the table, showing glimpses of Earth's quantum technology research labs. "Impossible," one of the alien scientists whispered. "This level of dimensional control should be beyond any young species." "Young?" Anderson laughed softly. "We've been defending this sector of space since before your civilization achieved spaceflight. Those primitive nuclear weapons you saw us testing, they were decoys. Those basic space stations, camouflage for our real installations." The meeting continued for hours. Earth's representatives revealed just enough of their capabilities to make it clear that humanity was far more advanced than the aliens had imagined. They showed their understanding of interdimensional travel, their mastery of quantum physics, and their ability to manipulate the very fabric of space-time. "We're not interested in joining your collective as subjects," Anderson explained. "However, we are open to establishing diplomatic relations as equals." The High Speaker, now thoroughly impressed and slightly afraid, nodded eagerly. "The collective would be honored to establish peaceful relations with Earth. Perhaps we could learn from each other." As the meeting concluded, Anderson walked with the alien delegates to their ship. Looking at Earth through the station's windows, one of the alien diplomats turned to him. "We thought we were coming to guide a young species," it said quietly. "Instead, we found one of the elder races in hiding. The galaxy will want to know of this." Anderson's response was calm but firm. "Let them know. Let them all know that Earth is not what they thought. We're not primitive, we're not weak, and we're definitely not looking for masters. We are humanity, and we're ready to take our place among the stars. As equals, never as servants." The alien ships departed with new trade agreements, diplomatic protocols, and a healthy respect for Earth. Humanity had turned a potential invasion into a peaceful first contact, not through submission, but through strength. 1 year after Earth's revelation to the galaxy, the planet had changed in ways few could have imagined. Massive space elevators now rose openly from Earth's surface into orbit, no longer hidden by dimensional cloaking. Ships of various alien species came and went through designated ports, all under the watchful eyes of Earth's defense systems. Commander Wells, recently promoted to Admiral, stood in the new Earth Defense Command Center, watching ships from 30 different alien civilizations orbit the planet. Each one had come seeking alliances, trade deals, or simply to understand how humanity had hidden their true nature for so long. Another diplomatic request, "Sir," reported Captain Brown. "The Centauri Alliance wants to establish a permanent embassy on Earth." Wells smiled. "Add them to the list. That makes 15 major spacefaring civilizations seeking formal ties this month alone." In the newly established Galactic Relations Center, Ambassador Anderson met with representatives from various alien species. The massive hall, built with a mix of Earth's advanced technology and traditional human architecture, impressed every visitor who entered. "You must understand," Anderson explained to the gathered aliens, "Earth was never meant to be just another world in the galaxy. We were chosen, engineered, and prepared to be this sector's guardians." He activated a holographic display showing ancient star maps. "The civilizations that came before us, the ones you call the elder races, they didn't vanish. They chose us. They saw something in humanity, a perfect balance of aggression and compassion, of innovation and caution." The alien delegates watched in awe as the display showed Earth's strategic position in the galaxy. The planet sat at a crucial intersection of space lanes, natural wormhole points, and resource-rich systems. Dr. Thompson, now heading the Global Science Division, had made even more discoveries about humanity's true nature. "Our DNA wasn't just engineered for combat," she explained to a group of alien scientists. "It was designed to make us perfect guardians. We can adapt to any environment, resist any disease, and learn any technology with incredible speed." In orbit, Earth's first official fleet of advanced starships prepared for their maiden voyage. Unlike the simple rockets humanity had pretended to rely on, these vessels could bend space itself, travel through dimensions, and carry enough firepower to challenge any threat. "Remember," Admiral Wells addressed the fleet crews, "we're not out there to conquer or dominate. We're there to protect, to maintain balance, and to ensure peace in our sector of space." The ships launched in a display of controlled power, their quantum drives creating beautiful patterns of light in the sky. Humans around the world watched openly now, no longer needing to pretend they were alone in the universe. Back in the ancient facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, John Cooper showed a group of alien engineers through the production lines. "These factories weren't just building weapons," he explained. "They were developing solutions to problems we hadn't even encountered yet. The AIs spent centuries thinking, planning, preparing." The aliens were particularly impressed by how Earth had maintained its facade of technological backwardness while developing such advanced systems. "You even let us think we were successfully spying on you," one alien engineer said, shaking its head in amazement. "The best defense is the one your opponent doesn't know exists," Cooper replied with a smile. As the day drew to a close, Admiral Wells stood with Ambassador Anderson in the observation dome of the space station, watching Earth below. The planet glowed with the lights of cities, spaceports, and defense installations that no longer needed to hide. "We've got ships heading to explore beyond known space," Wells said. "Trading posts being established in a dozen systems. Defense treaties with former enemies, all because we finally showed them who we really are." Anderson nodded. "We're not just survivors anymore. We're not hiding our strength or playing the part of a young species. We're what we were always meant to be, the guardians of this sector, the protectors of peace, and a force for stability in the galaxy." Below them, Earth continued its transformation into the center of a new galactic order. not through conquest or submission, but through the revelation of its true nature. Humanity had emerged from hiding to take its rightful place among the stars, ready to face whatever challenges the universe might bring. The sleeping giant was fully awake, and the galaxy was a better place for it.